Hey guys, welcome to the base 10 number system. Okay, before I actually tell you what the base 10 system is, I'm just going to explain to you what a number system is. The way I'm going to explain this is by first telling you about two other number systems. Let's start with the binary number system. Now this is what computers use to think about numbers. They don't have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like we do and have all those digits. They only have two digits. They have a 0 and a 1. And with those two digits, they know all the numbers. So let's see how it's done. If a computer wanted the number 1, it would just put the number 1 over here. If the computer wanted the number 2, though, there is no number 2. So the computer would then have to go into the 2 column and put a 1 there, which means 1 number 2. Now, if the computer wanted, so over here there would be nothing, right? Because we have a 2 column already. But if the computer wanted 3, it would have to do the 2 column and another 1 for a total of 3. Now, to us this seems ridiculous, but for computers this is actually a very efficient method for counting. The next system is called the hex system, or the base 16, where they actually have the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, and F. And all of those are numbers that fit in the first column. So for example, if you wanted to say the number 13, you would just write a D. Again, to us this might seem ridiculous, and you're like, how do you add letters? But for some, it just works. We use the base 10 system, which in my opinion is the coolest of all the number systems. And I'm going to explain to you why. So we have 0 through 9 as our digits. Now here's how I want you to think about the base 10 system. Let's think of it in terms of apples. So if you have, let's say, 6 apples, you can hold them in your hand because 6 is not a very big number. So we can hold 6 apples. Now it's 6 ones. What do I mean by ones? I mean it's 6 single apples. However, if you have 10 apples, now that's too many to hold in your hand. That just gets bulky. So then I would tell you to take all of those 10 apples and fill up one suitcase with those 10 apples. So now you have those 10 apples and you put them in one suitcase. Now how many stranded apples do you have left over? You have none. So we call this the number 10. Really it just means one suitcase full of apples. Let's take this a step further. What if we had 9 suitcases and a fellow came along and gave us another suitcase? So we have 10 suitcases now. Well, up to 9 suitcases we can carry, but once it gets to 10 suitcases, that just gets ridiculous. So we're going to take those 10 suitcases, and we're going to load up our car. And we're going to put all 10 suitcases in one car and send the car shipping. So now instead of 10 suitcases, we just have one car full. 0 suitcases left over, and 0 spare apples. Now, if I was to ask you how many apples are in that car, you would say 100. Why? Because there are 10 suitcases full of apples in the car, and each suitcase contains 10 apples. Looking at it a little more advanced, we can say, all right, if we have 2 apples and 1 suitcase and 1 car, and we had a very profitable crop this year, and we got another 90 apples. Well, what's going to happen? Well, if we put all of our apples together, we're going to see that we have 0 apples and 2 apples, which gives us a total of 2 apples. We have 9 and 1 suitcases, which is 10 suitcases, but 10 is too many to hold. So we'll just put that in another car. So now we're going to have no suitcases left, And we had one car, and now we just made another car. So we have 2 cars full. So we have 2 cars full of apples and 2 left over for a total of 202 apples.